Alright, hi there YouTube, this is me playing PokeMMO. If you don't know much about this game, I already talked about it in part, well, at least an intro into me going into PokeMMO stuff and showcasing it on my channel. There's a fair amount of resources out there that talks about it. I will have links in the description if you want to try it out, and if you need a step-by-step guide, there is a video linked down there as well. In terms of the music being played as NCS stuff, I will have a link to the playlist that's being used in the description as well. So with this particular video, it's going to emphasize on a gym run, and this is your daily source of income. Like any MMORPG game or any sort of grinding game, there is a way to passively earn something, and this is one of the ways to go about it. Granted that you have to have a few things before you start doing this gym run. There are videos out there that further details about this and explain a bunch of stuff. I'm going to briefly talk about it in this video while I actually do it, and then I'm also doing several other things as well. The biggest thing is you're going to be fighting against gym leaders. It's called a gym run for a reason. You'll be fighting against the gym leaders. Now, the biggest thing is it's not like your usual gym retries where it's a 1v1. Granted, that depends on which gym leader you're fighting against and all that. Like, for example, the twins, obviously it's going to be a duel battle, but in the original games, you only, if you do a retry, a rerun with these gym leaders, it's usually a 1v1, but PokeMMO does it differently. You'll see it in a bit when I actually do it. Now, not only that, with PokeMMO, especially when you do a gym run, obviously if you're familiar with playing the game, there's an amulet coin. Amulet coins will help you double the income or double the money you get after a fight. Now, PokeMMO swapped it up, especially since something like that would be really broken in this sort of game. It is a consumable, and this does have a time limit. The time limit is 1 hour. So the biggest thing is you need to try to hit as much, well, I wouldn't say as much gyms. You need to hit someone that has a bunch of money on them within that time frame. Granted that when it comes to you doing these gym runs or any sort of fight in general, there is a cooldown, at least less than a day sort of thing. Hence the daily gym rerun and daily sort of way to get some income. Now, granted that when you do a fight against someone, it's not going to be easy, especially if they're going to be someone like a champion or one of the gym leaders or the Elite Four and whatnot. Regular trainers, you could easily maybe breeze through them, but it also depends on which trainer you're going for at times. And not only that, this is PokeMMO where the AI is a bit more, it's a bit different, and you'll see it when I actually do these gym runs. So right now I'm kind of setting up some other things as well. I'm playing like 3 other games, 3 other gachas while I'm explaining this, doing this video. I'm gonna go through these gym runs. Well, granted that I say 3 gachas, but one of them is actually me playing Yu-Gi-Oh off on the side, Dual Master Links. I mean Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel. But anyways, you could buy these amulet coins. You do get them here and there. You can also get it off of Pokemon, and I will showcase that specific area on how you go about getting amulet coins. Most of these I actually farmed. But anyways, enough of me chit-chatting. Let me start this up. It will take an hour, and this video will be an hour. And I will try to talk throughout this entire video. Granted that it's also nighttime, and yeah, I'm gonna be like focused all over the place since I'm playing like 3 other games at the same time. Anyways, I'm gonna pop this. We're gonna get right into it. The moment I pop this, once again, I have an hour to really capitalize on this. Now, granted that the first gym I'm doing is twins, and it's already getting me into a double battle. Now, the setup is straightforward. Pretty much you want someone that can boost the speed of all your Pokemon within the team, and then also set up for like AoE attack moves specifically to the enemy Pokemon. So Torkoal is here to establish Sunny Day. Sunny Day is going to help lessen water attacks, but also strengthen any, strengthen any heat fire related moves. And the reason why these 2 are low level is because you want them to die. You don't want them high leveled. And if they do survive, I have 2 ways to get them killed. They just get there to set it up. And Torkoal's also not high level because he needs to be slow to set up that sunny day, or he has to be last, because if anyone overwrites it, then they kind of mess this thing up. Now, with this being set up now, my Typhlosions, even though they're not the best IV stats and not best built, I think both of these Typhlosions I got from the Safari? I think that's the Safari. Route 117. No, this one's from Safari. I don't think this is mine. I think I bought this one. No, I didn't buy it. Where did I get this? Oh, wait. It's because of the swarm. There's a little mechanic in PokeMMO that, it also says it got hatched too. No, wait. It said that Pokemon. Oh, wait. Ooh, I mean, it's still good. I actually still damage that guy. But, I didn't know about that part. But, pretty much, this one was from the Safari Zone in Hoenn. Or it wasn't Kanto, I don't remember which, but it was one of the Safari Zones. It was very rare to actually get this guy, so I was able to get both of them. But pretty much, the reason why I pull up this screen is to demonstrate the fact that they're both not the best. Well, this one, I think I caught a bad one, but then I bred it so it can actually get a decent special attack. The speed isn't max, but the biggest thing I'm emphasizing on is the special attack and the speed. And as you can see, I got the money. I need to get going because once again, this is on a timer. What I usually do is just go to, well, I go to whatever gym, but I want to try to complete Hoenn and then slowly go to Kanto. Once again, not the ideal pattern, or like not the best way to squeeze as much money as you can, because if you utilize all 5 of the regions, like you could get a lot more than what I'm getting, but I'm specifically once again stuck in these 2 regions. I've been stuck in these 2 regions for a long time, and I need to move away from that, which is why I'm starting this series and the videos of going to Johto, Unova, and But we just finished fighting against Tate and Liz, but usually, once again, when you do a gym fight, you're supposed to go 1v1, but nah, it's a double battle. So right now I'm dealing against Artaria and Swellow. I should be able to pull off the Tailwind. The biggest thing that also helps out is that I'll show it in a minute. So the biggest reason why my Tailwind gets kicked off, even though they're low level, doesn't have the best IVs, I think I still gave a lot of speed, decent amount of speed with this. The reason why is because of their hidden move, or their ability, Prankster. Prankster gives priority to status moves. Dark type foes are immune to effects. But the biggest one is that it's a status move. If you don't know what that, excuse me. Wait, no. Oh, wait, it's a priority move. That's why. I was just staring at the wrong thing. Tailwind is able to speed of all Pokemon in the party. So that's why that is why I don't even know what the name of this Pokemon name is. I called him Mr. Tailwind, but yeah, this is why they're able to go first despite their low level, and even though they're not high and whatnot, and it's not EV. I think they are EV trained though. No, they're not EV trained because it would have a stupid high level. But yeah, now they're able to at least help set up everything. If there's anyone that could try to outspeed these guys, it's like, even though they're not like max in speed, guess what? That Tailwind helps out in boosting them to go first, or close to being first. There are rare moments where the enemy or like the gym leaders are able to actually attack, and then that kind of messes up my strategy. And once again, Torkoal is low level specifically so they can set up last, because if Torkoal is faster than them and they set up like the sunny day, and then there's an opponent that has a pelican or someone that can change the sunny day to rain, it's like, there goes my setup right there. So you'll see a good example of it most likely in the next gym that I'm gonna go to. But yeah, as you can see, I'm already sweeping, already took down 2 of the gyms. And as you can see, specifically these Typhlosions are built to have Eruption that specifically targets the enemy. Now, To deal with fire gym leaders, you'll see what my method is. Granted that it is not the ideal method, especially if you're trying to go through the stuff quickly without having to kill your guys. Mine's a suicidal path because I refuse to. I try to farm everything myself and try not to buy stuff right off the market or off the yeah, the global market, global trade link. GTL is what they call it in PokeMMO. But pretty much like all of this, as you can see, it is OT by me and it is also caught by me or hatched by me in a certain way. But anyways, these Typhlosions are set up in a way where it's like they are doing the massive damage once everything is set up. Not only that, I gave them charcoal, which also boosts the. That's why they're also able to kill anyone that is like water based or like even their own fire types. Granted that there is one particular ability that I have to be careful of, but charcoal is able to also increase the power of the fire type moves by 20%. And guess what? The eruption is a dummy broken move because it does a lot of damage. And I have two of them unleashing so much damage to them. Now, I might showcase a gym fight where I will struggle. Most likely when it comes to whoever the 8th gym badge guy is, Juan, I think? He's actually an issue when I try to use this sort of setup against him. There are times where I win, there are times where I lose, there are times where I literally lose, like, before I can even do anything to his group. But yeah, like, as you can see, even though everything was doing fine, this Villa cat, the Canth, was able to survive that, surprisingly. Usually it dies, but yeah. And now, guess what? The Argon? I can't remember how to pronounce that. Argon. Even though he got sturdy, guess what? I got a second eruption coming in to attack him. Now, this is also a good way. Like, usually, if you want to be safe, you would have like a 5th Pokemon that can cover in case if something goes wrong. And then right now, my 6th slot is the one that I'm training or trying to get to level 100 because this is a good way to get a good chunk of XP as well. Granted that if you haven't EV trained them yet to the max, especially if it's something you really need to work with or you plan to use for a good sort of content, I would make sure to EV train them first before giving them an XP share and giving them 2D battles. But right now I'm getting the Spinda to 100, and this Spinda has been really helpful in alpha fights in PokeMMO. I'll showcase that in its own separate video when the time comes. I literally bred the living heck out of this Spinda. So yeah, now they only got one Pokemon left, and it's gonna die from all the eruptions. And this is pretty much what you're gonna be using most of your time when you do your gym run. I don't know if I'm actually soft. I realize every time I do a recording, it's like, is my voice softer than what I wanted to do? Anyways, there is a time limit though. So right now I took out 3 gyms. I want to try to get at least like 16 gyms in, or above 13. So that was 1, 2. I'm mixing this up heavily. Most of the gyms I'm going to right now, they're easy for me to tackle and it doesn't mess me up. The one thing I do need to do is like stop by, like, granted that if you have a lot of money and items, like, you don't really need to do what I'm doing, but I mean, you're already flying to the HP center, you might as well heal up as well. And then also if you go in there, it also saves where you last went, because if you don't go into an HP center, it's going to take you to, if you do get KO'd, you'll be taken to the last health center that you went inside of. So I'm kind of just going in and out with that. Another thing too, I could just hit like the V button and just like make sure to hit the certain moves too. Like, it's set up in a way where it's real quick for me to just like hit the confirm button. I did get the tailwind off, right? I think I did, yeah. And then this is just like a fighting gym. They don't have any good response in terms of my fire types. So easy sweep with this dude. With Brawly, I think his name was. Meanwhile, while that's going on, you can hear some other noise because I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm also checking my other games too off on the side. I still need to do some training. Summoners. I need to do solo with Yu-Gi-Oh! Do that. Get it running. And then 2 more Pokemon left. Play good at that. And that is gym number 4. Alright, so next we're going to... I'm trying to think. 3 might give me a slight issue. The biggest one would be with if it's a Pikachu and a Raichu combo and they have fake out. That might screw me depending on who they target. I'm gonna go to Flannery. Actually, I'll show you the 8th gym guide before I go to Flannery. Flannery will be the last one I will actually go to. Alright, so set this up. Okay, I was able to set up everything though, so I'm good. If it was the Pikachu Raichu combo, I gotta be afraid of that one. Now we blow up the field. And if I remember correctly too, they should have a leaf or grass Pokemon in their pit. Oh, okay. They do have a Raichu. Well, at the very least, so it's not literally on the field at the. It wasn't in the field in the beginning, which is good. Take that. Okay, I might be wrong with this dude. I don't think he does have a actual response in terms of the like any negative, like anything that counters him hard. I can't remember off the top of my head. I guess I didn't really stress on that certain point out. Is Norman, I think his name was? Yeah, I'm skipping Flannery because she's gonna be fire, and I'm gonna, once I fight against Flannery, I'm going to go right to Lane, I think his name was. And I'll be using that same team setup to get through to home. Now, once again, some of these gyms I'm going to are not ideal. Like this one, for example, does take some time to even get to him. Not that hard to fight against though, because he doesn't have any hard counters against what I got. Team-wise. So, usual get up. I was about to say, what happened to the music? Okay, yeah, this one was good in terms of like me going through it and whatnot. So nothing too stress over. Set up my Typhlosions. I really want to, I could banish. Yeah, I cannot. It'd be good on my field. So, yeah, Smith is getting a good chunk of experience from this. Can't do anything with it. Like, Norm is not bad because of dealing with him with this team. I haven't encountered anything too hard. The only reason why I would not win against him is if, well, he does have tanky Pokemon, but the biggest one is if my setup in the beginning doesn't work out because he has like something was going on. Damn, okay, they decided to do that to me. Yeah, I got that one. I'm good. I'm set. Alright, so yeah, it was Norman. Alright, so already gotten to 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Alright, let me show you the one gym that I'm going to definitely have issues with, especially with this team. Now, obviously, this one's going to be an issue because he's literally water. And I'm using a fire team against him. It works, but it's not the best. Like, this would be the one gym, especially with this team, that you don't want to use again. Not only that, if you're not really good with puzzles and how to quickly go through this, like, this will eat up a fair... I mean, it's eating up a fair amount of time right now as I actually go through it. But, this may not be one of... This is definitely one of the gyms you don't want to actually use for your quick gym runs if you want to maximize the most amount of time and money from. But once again, I had to deal with this because I only have 2 areas I can go through. So yeah, as you can see right there, that Pelipper, if I didn't have my Torkoal go slow, it would have won in terms of its oh shoot, I was about to do that wrong. Words are hard. I'm trying to think. Yeah, you can see how difficult this one is, because I am going to struggle with this. Like, the Kingdra is really tanky. I won't be able to kill it, and that might be my downfall. Also, I just realized that Kingdra is level 90. Holy shoot. Yeah, like, that Kingdra is going to survive. It might do muddy water and hurt me. Okay, I should be able to breeze through this. The Kingdra is the biggest obstacle in the way of actually going through with this team. Luckily, it wasn't that much of an issue during this recording, but there have been times where I have to actually deal with stuff, or I had to skip this gym entirely because I was losing. Okay, that Milotic, however you pronounce it, is gonna go down. I don't know if Sunny Day just ran out. This is what happens when you multitask like so hard that I'm not paying attention to like what's the smaller details. Yeah, I still got this. I still won. The issue is Walrein going to take out Typhlosion and whatnot. Yes, you can take out one of them. That. Oh no no. Okay, Sunlight faded, so to my advantage. And okay, they didn't use a potion. All right, so I won this in this recording, but there have been several moments where I actually lost against Juan. Juan. All right, so going to the fourth gym, and this will be the last gym for Hoenn. So this one, I actually have to swap out some Pokemon. The biggest one I do not need is Torkoal, because Torkoal is not going to help me in this. It's going to hurt me specifically since it will be against what is it? Since I'm fighting against water, so I still take the Typhlosions with me. Granted that they're gonna die. Both of them are gonna die in this process if everything works out well, and this is why you kind of want a Blastoise with Water Sprout. But if I remember correctly, Water Sprout, you have to, it's an egg move. And I don't remember, I don't know the certain way to get that move. Well, granted, I say if it's an egg move, that means you gotta hatch it. But, yeah. So, my Blastoise is the one I start off with, so it never came out of an egg. Well, maybe in its lifespan it did, but pretty much I got it from Pokemon Oak, from Professor Oak. So, yeah. This does not have Water Sprout. It does have Rain Dance and Shell Smash, but not Water Sprout. Water Sprout is pretty much the water equivalent to Eruption. But since I don't have that, and I refuse to buy one off of the market, which is most likely expensive, and not only that, I'd rather get it myself in some way, shape, or form, I'm gonna do the difficult method, which is to do the suicidal method that hurts my people. So, I'm gonna pull out Cindy, and Sydney is gonna die. Because Blastoise does not know the term friendly fire. So, that got rid of two of their guys. And I'm gonna stall hard. Charles will be able to withstand at least one of these surfs. I don't remember if it was Flannery or it was Blaine that actually has a response to so the biggest issue there, as you saw, is that they have Chandelier is not affected because it has the. I'm trying to think of the name. It has I think it's called Fire Flash. But I mean, Blastoise is still here. It's rainy day. Like Blastoise got it. This Blastoise is pretty much the IV's 15. That's the pretty basic, um, basic the IV stats that you get when you start off the game. And then in terms of its move, in terms of what it has, in terms of its item, it's a Mystic Water, which boosts the water types. So pretty much with this, I'm already set. If if Flannery did have some Leaf or Thunder, like I had a response to deal with that. But right now, as you can see, we cleared it. So I'm good to move on to Kanto. I beat all of the gym bosses. I beat. I can't remember all the names off the top of my head. I did go through the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and the eighth. Now for Kanto, there's only 7 of them. I don't think they have a replacement with Giovanni. I could quickly check that when I get over there. Oh yeah. I gotta go over here, talk to this guy, and then go to Kanto. And then we fly. Now I could go over here, but honestly, I'd rather make sure to get Blaine out of the way because my team's already set up to deal with him. I just need to poke my head in here, quickly go out, go over here, go to the gym. Now it does take a bit of a walk to exit in and out. Do I really need to hit this gym? If I want to be fast and efficient, I might skip it, especially if I unlock the other 3 regions down the line. And there's an alternative way to just go in and out. But once again, I'm only Hoenn and Kanto. Yeah, it's Blaine. Alright, so Blaine will, from the times I fought against him, he does have a response against water type. And it's actually good that I have the Typhlosions because they could deal with that issue. And now, why are you still alive? What did these two do? I think one. I know the Ninetales was setting up a solar beam. The fact that Mr. Tailwind is alive just surprised me. Either way, man, nah, Tailwind needs to die before they get XP. And now I'm gonna bring out Sydney, and Sydney's just gonna have a gruesome death. Interesting. It is RNG in terms of what Pokemon might come out, because last time I fought against this guy, he had a Vileplume and I don't know what's the evolved form of Tangela, but they got that Pokemon in one of my runs. So this is utter slightly RNG-ish in terms of who comes out. Like the last 2 should be fire based, yeah. Camerot and Alright, so we're gonna surf and I'm good. So once this is done, I can put Charles away and then I can start. What is it? I can go back to Torkoal and Mr. Tailwind. Alright, so that's good. And I think, well, what level is Spinda? Spinda's 98. So most likely after this gym run, or maybe before I end this gym run, I'll be able to get Spinda to 100. Now, I'm going to knock out the hard ones out of the way right now. Sabrina will take some time, but I memorize how to get to her. So Blastoise is going to be last. All I need to do is go over here, get Torkoal out, replace Charles, put them here, and then I'm set. So for Sabrina, it's going to be a diagonal, and then you go, I think, down or up. And then just remember how you kind of went in. So you get to go diagonal left, diagonal down left, and then you get to go down, and then there's Sabrina. Like, once you... It took me a while to memorize that. And then set it up again. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the gym runs. Well, granted that once again, instead of having, I call him Charles, didn't I? Instead of having Swampert, you would have 2 Blastoids instead of what I got. But because I don't have 2 Blastoids, because, well, actually I do have another Squirtle that's in the works, but that's going to be used in the Johto stuff, like in the last episode. Part 2, if you haven't seen that, it is in the description if you want to look at it. Where I just bred a, not a, like a OP Blastoise, but a decent Blastoise to toy around with. Alright, so I don't think Sabrina will actually give me an issue here, because she would have a 9-test pop up, and that would have like Fire Flash, whatever it's called. That would actually stump me. However, I'm not seeing it, so I think I'm good. Granted that if... Okay, yeah, I'm good. Usually, the things that would counter her weaknesses, or any of the gym leaders' weaknesses, will pop up as Pokemon 3 and 4. I'm just surprised in my gym run it's not really showcasing that, which is weird. Because every time I do it off screen, they do kick my butt at times. Alright, Sabrina's dead, so once again, remember how you came in, you do the same thing in reverse. So I went down, I go this way, I decided to go diagonal. Yeah, pretty much you go diagonal. And then we gotta fly to Brock. I swear, like, even though I've heard a good chunk of non-copyright sound music stuff, it's like, there's some of it that I never heard, like this one, for example. It's like, this is NCS? Oh. Well, granted that once I upload it, I see something, I'll be like, oh, never mind, it's not. 24 minutes, and we already started going through Kanto. Oh. I still should be able to kill that. This is new. I don't. Huh. I think that's the first time I've seen Brock with a Swampert out. Alright, let's see. I mean, I should be able to still beat them, but yeah, I'm just kind of dazed. I don't remember. That's the first time I've seen a swamp. No, I think I've seen it a couple times. I just don't pay attention. I don't know. I'm just sitting here staring at that. Alright, I should be good with this. Next one will be Misty, and she might be an issue slightly. Slightly. Alright, we're good with this. Alright, the Brock is good. Missed you this one. Heal up. So the biggest thing is I don't remember Squawk from Johto, so this could be interesting how I go about the gym fights over there. Um, get both of my Typhlosions out. Then start blowing up the field. Thinking about it, I never played with the Steelix either. I'm just randomly saying some stuff. I know I found Steelix cool looking once. I remember looking at them at Scizor, and Steelix stood out for me when I saw them in Johto, or at least heard about them. What other Pokemon from Johto that I'm interested? Dang, I don't think Johto left a giant impression on me other than those two. I'm here trying to remember stuff from it. Alright, Missy's taken care of. She wasn't that bad, surprisingly. Alright, so go over here. And then we fly to Sarge. Sarge is at the base. Go in here, heal my guys. I still got 18 minutes. You'll see a hard counter when we go to Erica. She does have responses to anyone that has fire. If I remember correctly. She has like water Pokemon or something. I think she has water Pokemon. Or it's a hybrid of something. Oh wait, remember what I talked about with the fake app? Yeah, this might screw me over. Okay, no. Okay, I know Pikachu or Raichu has one too. I'm just surprised he decided to go with that instead. I'm kind of baffled. I was not expecting that. Like they could have messed me up real good if they targeted did Tailwind. Or I think his name is Cottontail, but I call him Tailwind now because of that stupid move. Well, I call it dumb, but in all honesty, it's broken. Now I should be set in terms of beating it. Although, I think I remember Sabrina had Wobbuffet one time, and it did not go out well with the Wobbuffet. And then we nuke them, and we should be set. And then we go to Erica next. Like doing these gym runs also, I think gives you at least roughly around 30,000, depending. So fourth would be over here. I already beat Blaine. I already beat Sabrina. So the only two I got left is the Ninja Dude and then Erica. Then maybe Giovanni, but I don't think there's any replacement. And then there's that old geezer over there. And then we do the usual setup. Oh. Huh. Oh yeah, U-turn does that, doesn't it? And then eruption. Yeah, see, there is a water response right there. It's a Dugong. I think their other water type is still in that selection choice. What is that? A bomb? What? Actually, no, that does make sense. It is ice, I guess. But doesn't fire also beat ice? Alright, so I still got one more dude left. Yeah, this dude. And his gimmick, this guy's gimmick is a bit... He got flash cards. So if you attack a certain Pokemon with it, it will force you to swap out. So that can be good and bad in its own right. But other than that, I pretty much went through a good chunk of all the gym leaders for Kanto and Hoenn. And once again, got a substantial amount of money from that. Why is there this stuff in here? What's this usually called? It's called, what's the new word? Oh, yeah, what the heck is it called? This is gonna bother me. Funk. That's what it's called. That's what they call this sort of music. Funk. I'm actually nodding my head to it. Are you in the sky? Or is it in the ground? That might be an issue. Yeah, that's not good. Depends on who that Gliscor is aiming at. If it's aiming at Blastoise, I'll take it. If it's aiming at my Cyndaquil or Typhlosion, not good. Okay, aim at Blastoise. We'll be fine. Funny too, because I actually have a response. May not kill you, especially with the sunny day going on, but I do have a response. Unironically. Which one is tankier? Mr. Eruption is not that tanky. Yeah, but once again, Sunny Day kind of made sure it didn't do too much. Yeah, as you see, I'm forced out because of the thing, so I guess I'll do this too. So Eruption and then Surf. And they only got one Pokemon left. Oh gosh. You can just do this instead. Okay, for Kanto, I know most of the gym lead. Oh, Koga, that's his name. So I went through Brock, Misty, Sarge, Erica, Koga, Sabrina, Lane, and then it should be Giovanni, but I don't think, especially with the story stuff, I don't think there is a gym leader there, but we can check. And with that remaining time, I would just hit up a rich trainer and get the money. Usually, I go to Hoenn for that particular part. Now, if I was smarter and if I wanted to save more time to actually go to Hoenn, I would have went Kanto first, do all the gym stuff, and then. Is he actually in here? No, he's not in there anymore. Yeah, no. Time for me to go to Hoenn and beat up the other two. I'm trying to think of which Pokemon to use to beat up the other two. Now, granted that you could face the champions. Well, not the Elite Four specifically. There is the... What? You can bump into Cynthia, I think, in Unova. And then there is Steven too. You can bump into Hoenn. And they apparently have a lot of money on them, but you gotta beat them up fast. Actually, I don't think I fought against Steven in this playthrough. But anyways, gym run is done, so I can go back to my more normal group. My Spinda also hit 100. You know what? I use Spinda to actually beat up the other guys. Alright, so the two guys or one gal and one dude I'm referring to are the ones over here, and I need to get. And then that will be the end of this video. Yeah, it's an hour long, so I apologize if it wasn't as that interesting. But this is the daily run when it comes to PokeMMO. But granted that you had to get this particular team ready and up, or set it up and all that jazz. Now I will, I will admit that for Tailwind, I can't even pull up the information. But yeah, as you can see, it's just a punch. And because of contrary with this, well, contrary works in a certain way. So if a certain move is supposed to if a certain move is supposed to lower your stat, it would do the opposite effect. If something was to boost your effect, it would do the opposite effect of that. So with superpower, usually it would lower your attack and your defense. But because of contrary, which is the hidden ability, it is able to increase it. And I think you only get 2 moves with that. So like my spin does really powerful. Did I need it to be this really powerful? Nope. Powerful and tanky too. And then she gives like 4,000. Not as high, but you know, it's a quick like hit and run. I think there's like some other rich guys you can go to in the different regions as well, but I'm familiar with these guys. But yeah, so most likely what I'm gonna do with this money that I just earned is spend it to do some breeding and clear up some of my space. This is the other rich guy that's on the other side. But yeah, this is what I try to do every day to at least get that money income. Now, if I really want to, I can just play with the global trade market, which isn't this. I decided to pull that up. Global trade market over here, and then just like buy low, sell high, figure out what's the highest thing or what people are trying to get a lot of or what they're using in PvP stuff, and then hunt for those, and then sell those, buy low, sell high, or just really capitalize on the demands that's going on with Pokemon. Alpha's kind of bumping some of these prices all over the place because of the fact that they always come with 2 IV stats. to max out IV stats. If I really want to, I could shine that shiny ponytail, but at the same time, it's my shiny, so I'm not getting rid of it. In terms of me trying to breed it and make it into something, that's gonna take some time, especially since it is stuck as a ponytail. Well, no, granted that I need to get another ponytail to keep the OT status or get a shiny Ditto to change it and keep it. But oops. But yeah, I'll just end it here. So thank you guys for watching. Being distracted by the Yu-Gi-Oh match because it's actually a live match that I'm doing. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully that's when I actually start doing the what is it? The Johto start. So peace.